Hey YouTubers, welcome to the Cyber Overwatch channel. I am Pragmatic1. In this video, I will be doing a walkthrough of the OffSec Proving Grounds OnSystemShellDredd vulnerable host. I will provide a walkthrough of reconnaissance through host exploitation. This will include performing port scanning, service enumeration, and privilege escalation. If you find this content informative and you are interested in cybersecurity, please like and subscribe to the Cyber Overwatch channel. Also, for more free content, please regularly check back on www.cybersec.com. OnSystemShellDredd is a vulnerable host created to allow users to practice ethical hacking techniques. This virtual machine is accessible from OffSec Proving Grounds Virtual Training Lab. If we were to evaluate OnSystemShellDredd as a real production host, then the problem with this host would be a variety of security misconfigurations rather than a host affected by exploitable vulnerable code. A lot of the weaknesses in this host can be easily aligned with the OWASP top 10, such as security misconfiguration, broken access control, and identification and authentication failures. I went ahead and started my target machine OnSystemShellDredd. As shown on the screen, it now has an IP. The first thing I will need to do is information gathering, including port scans and service enumeration. For active information gathering, I am using Nmap on the target host. I'll run the following command shown in the CLI. In general, since I am trying to figure out what ports are open, I'll first want to scan all 65,535 ports using the -p-switch, just in case a service is listening on a non-standard port. When I look at the Nmap scan results, I can see that Nmap detected two open ports, port 21 FTP and port 61,000 that looks to be SSH. As I analyze the results of the Nmap scan, going off of previous experience, it is likely that OnSystemShellDredd is a Linux host. This is also based off of VS FTPD and SSH services running. Unfortunately, Nmap was unable to detect the OS type. Since there is currently not much to work with, I will look at port 21 first. The first thing I noticed, even before testing port 21, is that Nmap has detected the service running as VS FTPD version 3.0.3. Nmap also noted that anonymous login is allowed. I'll run the following command shown in the CLI. When I run the command, I get the VS FTPD version 3.0.3 banner, which confirms what Nmap detected. I get prompted to enter a username. I enter anonymous. I get prompted to enter a password. I'll just hit enter. I get a 203 response indicating that the login was successful. Again, this confirms that Nmap detected that anonymous login was allowed. At the prompt, I'll type help to get an idea of what commands are available. I can see that there is an ls command, so I'll run the ls-la command to see what's in the directory. After running the command, I notice that there is a hidden directory called .hana. Anytime you see a folder or file with a period in front, that usually is an indication that it is a hidden folder or file. In general, hidden files usually contain settings or data that is accessed by a program. Hidden folders will usually contain files belonging to programs, hidden folders, and files. As this is the only folder of interest, I change directory to the .hana folder. I get a 250 response telling me successfully changed directories. When I do an ls-la, I can see an ID_RSA file. Based on this, it looks like this hidden folder was used to hold Hana's SSH private key. ID_RSA is the default name of the private key that is generated when running the SSH keygen command. Since the ID_RSA is used to authenticate, I think it might be good to download it and see if I can use it to log in to the target host. I'm guessing the username is Hannah. I run the get command to download the ID_RSA file to Kali, as shown in the CLI. The transfer was complete, so now let's look at the file. I exit out of the FTP server and run the ls command. The output shows that the ID_RSA file was downloaded successfully. To verify that I actually downloaded the file contents, I run the cat command shown in the CLI. As can be seen, it shows the private key information. I'll run the following command shown in the CLI. The -I stands for identity file, and this is how I would point SSH to the ID_RSA file. Then I do username at target IP and finally -p61,000 for the port number to complete the command. When I hit enter, I get a promising output. I get prompted, are you sure you want to continue connecting? Yes, no, fingerprint. Now that I am logged in as Hannah, I run the ls-la command to enumerate the current directory I've been dropped into. From the output, I can see the local text file. When I cat the local.txt file, I get the first flag. I submit the local.txt hash in the OffSec PG console. I change directories to the /temp folder in order to upload linps to the target host. On Kali, I run the HTTP server using the following command shown in the CLI. With my HTTP server running, I can now transfer linps. I already have linps in my download folder. I run the following command shown in the CLI. Once I hit enter, you can see that linps has downloaded successfully. Now that linps is on the target host, host, I ran ls-la and I can see that it is currently not executable. This means I'll need to run changed-mod in order to make linpeas executable. I run the following command shown in the CLI. Linpeas is now executable. Now that linpeas is executable, I'll run the following command shown in the CLI. Very quickly, linpeas appears to have detected some programs containing a suid bit that could possibly be used for privilege escalation. Now that I have that information, let's look at GTFO bins to see what suid commands are available. In general, GTFO bins contains a list of Unix binaries that can be abused to bypass local security restrictions on misconfigured hosts. As noted on the page, these are not exploits. I did a search and found CPU limit suid. As can be seen on the screen, GTFO bins provides shell, suid, and sudo options and a brief description on its use. I changed directories to user bin. I will run the following command shown in the CLI. The -L sets the CPU limit to 100, the -F will run the program in the foreground, the -- tells the host OS to run another program, in this case I'm running bin bash, the -P tells the host OS to run bin bash without resetting the effective user ID. Sure enough, it looks like that worked. I was able to get root. I run the whoami command to verify that I am root. Now that I am root, I'll navigate to /root home folder and do an ls-la to see what I can find. After doing an ls-la, I can see the proof.txt containing the root flag. I capped the file and retrieved the hash. I submit the root flag and I have completed the host. In conclusion, using a variety of techniques, I was able to go from reconnaissance to gaining root privileges on the target host. Performing these steps allowed me to gather information I needed in order to gain a foothold on the target host through the use of an SSH private key discovered on the FTP server. Upon gaining access, performing further enumeration allowed me to find a workable escalation path to root by abusing the suid bit in order to gain the final flag. Thank you for tuning in to this demonstration of OffSec Proving Grounds OnSystemShellDredd vulnerable machine. Thank you for also checking out the Cyber Overwatch channel. If you find this content informative and you are interested in cybersecurity, please like and subscribe to the Cyber Overwatch channel. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a question in the comments, or you can send me a message from the CyberSec website listed in the description. Until next time, keep learning. The only way to improve is to keep learning. Pragmatic One signing off.